Ah, yes. Mr. Plague Star event. Or should I just say the Plague Star event? Running from October 8th at 2 p.m. ET until October? Did I say October there? Where did I get October from? Did I even say October? Don't know! Running from September 8th at 2 p.m. ET until September 30th at 2 p.m. ET. What you need to do, Konzu, Operation Bounties, event rewards. There is basically one new thing. It does say that they have added Nidus Prime relics and such via the bounties and the Hemosite, but, well, let's just go and have a look at this, shall we? Because it's open anyway. To start this, you're gonna kind of want a handful of things. And the first part lies inside of the biolab, and it's right there. The Infested Catalyst. You're going to need that, and you're going to probably need, I want to say 4 a mission, but if you're playing with 4 people, it should be 1 each per mission, but you're best off having more than that. But it means researching this, and it is a reusable blueprint, so you only have to pick it up once, and it does build 5 of them at a time. Does it? Can I see what it needs to build it? Yes, I can. You're going to need the Infested Catalyst, and then you're going to, well, you're going to have to research it first, which is a huge problem. Also, if you are having issues, actually that makes no difference, because if you're watching this, you probably haven't done it yet. After that, we're basically going to be heading to Cetus, because this whole place takes a place, this whole event takes place on the plains of Eidolon. So let's head to Cetus first, and fast travel to Nakak, because Nakak is going to have something else you are going to want, which you are going to have to do missions before you can get either of these, sadly, because researching the Catalyst is going to take a bit of time. Getting enough standing to buy the Phalixis is probably going to be just as long. Again, it builds 5 of them at a time, but you're going to want both of these. The rewards from this are actually quite amazing. Being able to buy a Cetus Wisp so cheap is great, because those things drop 1 at a time, sometimes on the plains. You can get a hold of the rare gems, there is the rare fishing, there is fulmination, which is great, sacrifice that goes really, really well with Jin, because Jin has reawakening that basically brings the sentinel back from the dead, meaning that it will sacrifice itself to revive you, and then a minute, 90 seconds later, a minute and a half, it will come back to life, and those 2 mods go really well together. What a lot of people use this for is Forma, because it's 3000 standing, and it's a pre-built Forma, apparently. So I keep getting told it is a pre-built Forma. That already mentioned. This is one of the only places to get a hold of the Snipertron. This is a blueprint to build the Snipertron. This is the original sniper rifle. This was only available a long time ago. They have since retired it, and it comes back here. Same with the Ether daggers. They are only available from Plague Star now. They do appear in lots of other events as time has gone by, but these didn't really age as well as they probably should have. But they are better-ish now than they were when they were originally retired. There's a couple arcanes. There is the Zor, the Plague Star parts. Plague Star Zor parts. The only way to get those is from here. And yes, some of these have mastery behind them, sadly. And you can build some weird combinations with these. But the only way to get them, as I mentioned, is from Plague Star. From Nakak. Nakak's offerings. And for the first time ever, yeah, since Plague Star first launched, there is something new that will basically cost you, worked it out, 23,000 standing to get a hold of, and that is the Ghoul Saw. You can buy this from the marketplace for 245 platinum and buy the stance from here, because 275 is how much it costs with the stance, which is right here, that costs 3,000 standing. Sorry, 3,500. Wait, no, 3,500 credits, 3,000 standing. I was right the first time round. But the blueprint for the Ghoul Saw is 4,000 standing. the blade that has to be built, this is a blueprint for the blade, is 4,000 standing. The chassis, same thing, you have to build it, 4,000. Then the engine and the grip, 4,000 each. So that would be 8, 16, 20, 23,000 standing. But the ghoul saw itself looks menacing. I've seen a lot of people saying it's fun for about 10 minutes. But it has a lot of damage to it. So the rewards from this are a lot better than they have ever been. The problem is the bounties for this look worse than they are. Seeing Konzu and ignoring Infestation going to bounties, it is the top one, Plague Star. Ignoring the 1,000 because there's a lot more standing in this than that. That is for the Ostrom standing, not for the Plague Star event. As you can see, that's 1,000, 5,000. Actually, I just remembered I have missions to bounties to do on the planes. Oops. I think I've still got 3 of those to go. No, yes, 3 of those to go. This is what you want to do, and this thing is much easier than everybody makes it out to be. Just remember that you kind of want this set to public, and there's a reason for that. First part means coming here and basically grabbing the Thrax toxin. That is the first part, that is it. After that, you leave the cave that it probably sent you into, even though I wish I could get into this place other ways. This, on the other hand, tends to be in the same place. Not every time, but near enough every time. And whoever is carrying the toxin needs to come in here and place it. This, come on, you have it in your hand. No, you don't. Do you? I can't move. No, you don't. So we're waiting on the person to turn up with it. Is that you? That is you. This is where the stuff that I mentioned at the beginning of this video is needed. Because you can see bottom, oh, well, not even bottom, it's just the left of the screen. You have to go into your gear and then use these things. Phalanx, so fine. I am quite happy to use all of those. 1 per player is what you are supposed to do. Somebody put in several of them. You don't have to be standing in there to do it. You can do it anyway. You are basically just using your Phalanx or your Catalyst and you are setting it off. If that is 4 of 4, then you will have the best chance of getting the best reward and the most standing from doing these missions. That should be it done because the timer has expired, but this is taking way longer than it's supposed to. There it is. Take the toxin, and then for the third part you put this into a drone and follow the drone to Spot, which I don't know where Spot is, but the drone is over here. The drone does take a long time to get here though, and this right here is why I was saying doing it at night is probably a bad idea. And yeah, still waiting for the drone to get here. No matter what you do, do not stand on this thing because it will kill you. As you can see by the fact that being on here, wait, they didn't remove this, did they? No! Instant toxin! Ah, I regret that, but it had to be done. Had to be done. Once the drone gets here, and part 4 starts, this is where things start to get interesting, because inside of this thing, if you use 4 of those things, 4 monsters that are going to make an appearance. But first you have to get the Infested Purge to 25%, and I'm just going to try and do this from a distance and hope that we do this fairly quickly, because it's time consuming but a ton of fun. This is why you really need to have frames that are amazing at range. Where are you going? What in the actual? Be dead, please. Thank you. And at 25% out of it comes this. Does it look familiar? It should. It goes by a different name now. This is the Hackalite. Hemasite? Sorry, I will get the pronunciation right at some point. It's an old enemy made anew. And it's... Oh, okay, I thought I killed you in an instant second there. Yeah, having enemies or allies or weapons to take these down is hugely important. More important is pay attention to how many enemies are around you while you are doing this. Because even though this thing does go down fairly quickly and fairly easily, the spawn pods are a matter of problem. Huge problem. But you want this because we have Hunter Recovery, we have the Hemisite stuff, and this is bugging me, so I need to go deal with this now. Also, why are you so far away from where I left you? And if you actually take this thing out, they won't spawn there anymore. Right, you. Once it gets to 50%, as you could imagine, a second one spawns. And this is why this has become interesting, because these things have not been here before. That's pointing in the wrong direction. Using the necromechs on these are going to make things so much more interesting. And I cannot get an angle on it from there, but I'm not the only one who has thought this. The necromechs going to make things a lot more interesting and is taking them down quickly. Another Hemisite, that's basically stuff used for a statue, but it's the mods that drop from them that's a lot more important. The best way to do this is have some people, one or two people, set on control of them. 75% by the way. Here comes number 3. There is 4. One will come every 25% through this. Otherwise, if you only have the one who spawns because you didn't use any of the catalyst or the phallicite or whatever it was from before. There's Mr. Eidolon just wandering around in the background. Yeah, let's actually take you down, shall we? Oh, that's actually quite funny. You cannot go past that 75% until this enemy is gone, by the way. So there's no stacking it up in advance. But if you don't put the phallus and such in, you will have to deal with one of these, which will make it so much quicker. Yeah, somebody slowed this down. There's number 3 gone. Well, now number 3 has gone. Take out all the enemies, and this is what I meant by fun. Mesa works wonders here. That's 77 because of... Where are you actually all going? You're kind of just wandering off. Also, I should, and I'm aware of this, somebody will probably mention it, just be doing this. That's not going to reach all the way over there. Oh, it did. 94. Oh, this is one of my favourite missions in this game, and has been for some time, because it's stopped again. We need some more enemies, otherwise it will be stuck here for a while. Oh no, don't do this. 96. This is because the enemies ran off earlier, isn't it? Nope, it's because as I went to stop recording, the enemies were actually underneath me. There it is, and that should be all 100. And there he comes. The last 1% is actually the Hemisite itself. And to be fair, do not need to go overkill with this. Just, I need you to open so I can shoot you in your face. It works just like that enemy does. What am I stuck on? Oh yes. That right there is why I said earlier, and my aim is way off because I'm being pushed around by the infested. The best thing to do here is have 1 or 2 people running crowd control while you have 1 or 2 people dealing damage, because there is going to be a ton of enemies here. Oh, I ran out of ammo. I take it back. I guess I am using this. Open wide, open wide, open wide. Why is somebody in the air up there? And you're dead. And that concludes it. And I was right, it was 3. There's the gladiator mod. I actually need that Hemisite for building statues in the clan. And we're going to just take everything out. And that whole thing was with the wrong weaponry and the wrong everything. But you can see the operation reward is actually 3,000 standing, which is a lot more than the 1,000 it said. So less than 10 missions and you are basically done and have enough to get a hold of the new weapon. If you want everything from this, that mission, all in all, wasn't that long to do. Why did I pause that? Go in there, thank you. They are fairly quick to do. Get the right team together. It's all about having 4 of the phalanxes and 4 of the catalysts, so you spawn 4 of the hemocytes to get as much standing as you can get from doing those missions. If you do just 1, you will get very, very little standing, which sadly you will have to do for a little bit until you get enough standing. That is the first thing you should buy from this. After that, go nuts. So live now on all platforms, Plague Star event until the 30th of September at 2 PM ET. There's a lot to do in it, a lot of rewards in it, and that ghoul saw, really looking forward to. But that's about it for now, so we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.